Tonight, the Spencer Gulf has its say on yesterday's state budget. And Port Pirie firefighters give a local boy the day of his life.
From our 7 Spencer Gulf studios, your nightly news with John Hunt begins now.
Good evening. The new Labor government has released its first state budget since being voted back in. While a large portion of it is set on fixing the health system, supporters say there is plenty set aside for other projects in the Spencer Gulf.
The state government has wasted no time in making its mark on South Australia.
Mr. Speaker, the 22-23 budget not only delivers on all of the government's election commitments, it also returns the budget to surplus.
The new Treasurer vowing to deliver a $233 million surplus next year, as net debt hits $27 billion. Port Augusta, one of the winners, with millions of dollars provided to marine infrastructure projects, drug and alcohol support programs and the Arid Land Botanic Gardens.
At this point in time, with the Arid Lands funding being available, it will be another possible minus rate rise for Port Augusta. So I'm extremely proud of that.
$533 million will be set aside for the state's hydrogen jobs plan, including $30 million for the clean energy hub at Port Bonython. The RAA is welcoming $20 million to boost South Australia's tourism market, as well as further investments into regional roads.
The $75 million which has been allocated to ensure that key corridors like the Stewart and Air highways are made more resilient against major events such as we've seen earlier in the year with the floods.
$1.8 million will see the state's real-time fuel pricing scheme continue for the next 4 years. But the big ticket item on this budget is health. $2.4 billion will be spent over the next 4 years, employing an additional 731 medical staff.
We've also in the budget the $8 million for the Port Augusta Hospital, so I'm sure CEO Mr. Craig will be very happy with that.
The Port Pirie Emergency Department is also set for a $12 million upgrade. Edward McCarroll, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
A Port Pirie man will face court after being stopped with weapons early yesterday morning. Police spotted the man in Risdon Park just before 1:30. He left on a push bike, allegedly throwing a pistol-grip slingshot into the gutter. The man was stopped on the corner of Carter Crescent and Senate Road, with police finding him with a pouch of ball bearings and a slingshot. The 47-year-old was later bailed to face court in July. The Australian Army has been back in the region for the past 3 weeks, undergoing a training drill. The community is being asked to avoid the area, with troops using heavy equipment that packs a punch. Edward McCarroll has more details.
If you didn't already know from the loud bangs, the Australian Defence Force has returned to the Upper Spencer Gulf region for firing practice with live ammunition.
It's the first opportunity we've had in recent time to get back to artillery training. We've fired over 2,000 bombs, some up to 300 metres from our forward observers, and that technical and tactical training is important to us getting back to business.
The Darwin-based unit sporting heavy winter coats today at El Alamein as they prepare large artillery guns for transport.
We've been here for 3 weeks, so we got here on the 16th of May, and we've just concluded quite a significant exercise. We're looking forward to get back to Darwin, a little bit of warmth.
The soldiers thankful for their time back at the range after pausing training to assist flood-affected residents on the east coast.
Defence is trying to get back to training after significant support to domestic operations, and it's really important that our folks are training, learning and preparing in the event of future conflicts.
Defence Force personnel say they appreciate visiting our region because of the base's proximity to local cities. The deployment's often supporting the local economy, with troops eating out and purchasing from local traders.
And helping the community and feeling part of the community is important to being an Australian Defence Force member.
The Defence Force says they will return to the region in September for a similar training operation, advising residents to avoid the firing range.
Port Pirie's MFS station has welcomed a new honorary firefighter recruit to their ranks. Bo, who has one of the rarest medical conditions in Australia, was given the ride of a lifetime this week.
It was a day to remember for everyone involved. After learning that 10-year-old Beau lives with cystic fibrosis and cerebral palsy, Port Pirie firefighters were keen to help him have a special day out.
In hearing of his condition and his life, we also heard that he recently lost some NDIS funding, which means that he lost some care, and in hearing that further, we wanted to kind of do something.
Making contact with the family, a shift barbecue and mock drill were both organised. Beau learned how to use the hose and also helping the team respond to a job within the station. His mother Michelle later thanking the team, saying her son got to have the experience of a lifetime.
Definitely could not only take the smile off his face, but everyone's face. Everyone was absolutely beaming, and that's what we're about, and we like to put a smile on everyone's face.
The firefighters say while attending emergencies can be overwhelming and stressful, moments like the one they had with Beau make it all worth it.
The community involvement is one of the big things, part of the fire service that we really enjoy. It's good to get the locals here and we can show them exactly what we do and what we can do for the community.
The team say Beau is the bravest honorary firefighter they've ever recruited. Annabelle Francis, 7 Spencer Golf News.
What a beautiful moment. Still to come tonight, improved pathways coming to the streets of Port Pirie. And the Royal Flying Doctors looking to improve wellbeing in Broken Hill. Welcome back. Improving local wellbeing is on the agenda for Port Pirie Regional Council. The council adding to its network of shared walking cycling paths, aiming to improve the appearance and presentation of the city.
It's a small step forward on the path to a better future. Projects are currently underway in Port Pirie to foster health and well-being, while also promoting the importance of physical exercise in the community.
Council has a focus in its community plan on community wellbeing. So by building the shared path, we're hopeful that the community will get out and be active, which will certainly contribute to improving their wellbeing.
Costing $834,000, it's being funded by Phase 2 of the federal government's Local Roads and Community Infrastructure Program. As part of Stage 1, Council will remove a number of trees and shrubs along Three Chain Road and Warnertown Road.
The vegetation was tired and looking pretty scrappy, and we've been through and we've planted new trees where there is no path.
The projects will be undertaken in close collaboration with the Targeted Lead Abatement Program to ensure they reduce lead exposure.
We've got contractors on site who are laying out the road base, and very soon the asphalt will be laid down over the top.
The work on the upgrade is expected to be completed later this month. Further information can be found on Council's website. Annabelle Francis, 7 Spencer Golf News.
It's no secret we all love our pets, but a recent study suggests owners are becoming even closer with their companions. Experts say we are giving our furry friends increased leeway when it comes to including them in our lives.
They say a dog is a man's best friend. A pet stock case study has revealed more than 65% of people allow their pets to sleep on their bed. Archer, the 4-year-old Dalmatian, one of the lucky ones.
My dog is one that sleeps on our bed. It wasn't the plan, but he just ended up there. So yeah, we thought we were in the minority with him sleeping on the bed, but it's like over half of people let the dog sleep on their bed.
Some pet owners going the extra mile, with 1 in 3 dressing their pets.
It's okay to dress our pets up if our pets are comfortable with that, and obviously that the costume isn't restricting them, isn't covering their face, isn't too tight. There's nothing, like having a bit of fun with your pet.
With more people returning to the office, experts are seeing an increase in pets per household.
We often see that there are a lot of cats in a home with a dog as well, and often multiple dogs too. So, I've got 2 here. More and more people are rescuing dogs, particularly going back to work. So we are seeing more people thinking about getting a buddy.
But it isn't just cats and dogs looking for some TLC. This black-headed python also needing a home.
Jagger, yep, and he's a black-headed python. Yeah, so he is looking for his forever home.
Petstock and the RSPCA are also encouraging people to adopt this winter.
What are you doing? You speak? Shake. Good boy.
Henry Millick, 7 Spencer Golf News.
If you are a board game aficionado or even like to strum on a guitar, you might want to visit the RFDS's Wellbeing place in Broken Hill later this evening. The organisation has launched a new event, hoping to make Friday nights fun.
From Monopoly to Uno, and some games you probably haven't heard of, throughout June and July, the Wellbeing place is hoping to get your weekend started off right. After a brainstorm, the organisation decided to put words into action.
There was a few ideas that we were throwing around, but I ran with it and started it happening.
It's the first time the group has done something like this, and after a few test runs, they were keen to give it a go.
We've had a few practice sessions, just low-key, but this is the first time that we've really advertised it out in the community to encourage more people to come.
While there is no need to bring your own board game, organisers say you are more than welcome to bring along your favourite.
Yep, we have some supplied here, but people are welcome to bring in their own as well. I'm always keen to learn new games, and so are other people.
The nights won't only be catered for keen gamers, with some nights dedicated to music. Everyone from a beginner to a seasoned muso is welcome to join the jam.
Yeah, absolutely. Beginners, it's also good to have some more experienced musicians because that helps with the flow.
For more information, check out the RFDS Facebook page. Joshua Mercer, 7 Spencer Golf News.
Stay with us while I host some of the nation's leading hydrogen experts. And a Broken Hill footy icon set to notch up a significant milestone this weekend. Whyalla has played host to some of the country's leading experts on hydrogen. Representatives from numerous energy companies and the state government toured the city yesterday. The group also having the chance to meet with the mayor and the city council's CEO. Their visit comes as plans for a hydrogen power plant at Port Bonython gather steam. It's expected the new developments will create thousands of new jobs. A unique exhibition has swooped into the Port Lincoln Library. The Southern Air Bird Club is holding a special display, showcasing bird life from across the region through a range of photographs.
A bird's eye view on some of the region's most protected species. The Southern Air Bird Club is welcoming the public to engage with this exhibition.
It's a pretty amazing display of local birds and local talent. And what we're hoping is that people will come in, have a look at the birds, have a look at the information.
The group has spent years accumulating photos of Eyre Peninsula birds, studying their patterns and behaviours along the way.
So these photos have been taken over a number of years, really, and as a club we got them together last year, and we've added a few more new ones.
The group is also shining a light on some of the endangered species that reside across the Spencer Gulf. BirdLife Australia recently released a list which showed the electorate of grey had the second highest amount of threatened bird species in the country.
We have 42 threatened species here in the electorate of grey, and there are some of those birds on display here. The southern emu wren is one that's just being upgraded from threatened to endangered.
The exhibition will run in the Port Lincoln Library until the end of the month. Henry Millick, 7 Spencer Golf News.
We wouldn't be able to play footy without umpires, and one in Broken Hill will celebrate a special milestone this Saturday. Shane Chapman has seen many colleagues come and go, but he has stayed in the thick of the action.
The man known as Chappie didn't think he would still be here after so long. His journey started in 1986 when he went along and trained with some umpires.
I think it was under 19s and that doesn't even exist anymore. But yeah, I thought, this is a good way of getting fit, run around on the grass instead of the roads, and I must have liked it because I'm still doing it.
This weekend's a special one for him, marking his 500th A-grade game. Over that time, there have been quite a few highlights for Shane, from seeing Tex Walker and Brent Staker go from local football to the AFL, to watching former stars such as Favola, Ackermanis and Shaw grace the ovals in the Silver City. But there is also another one high on that list.
Yeah, there's been a few highlights, plus the Miners' Cup games when we played them in Adelaide, and so umpired Adelaide Oval and West Lakes. They were highlights for sure.
In a town as small as Broken Hill, you can bet someone knows your name. It can make the job just a little bit harder at times, especially when things get personal. But the seasoned veteran takes it all in his stride.
I think it is, but it's because you actually, when you do cop a little bit of abuse, and I have, so they do use your name. So yeah, it'll be Chappie, give us a break, and that's putting it nicely.
If you'd like to go along and congratulate Chappie on his 500th game, he'll be in charge of the North vs Central game at Jubilee Oval on Saturday. Joshua Mercer, 7 Spencer Golf News.
Stay with us after the break. We'll preview the weekend's local footy action. And Alex Sykes will have the weekend weather details. Hello again. Plenty of footy action is happening in our region this weekend as we reach the halfway mark of the season. Here's our experts with their tips.
Hello and welcome to round 7 of SGL football. This round starts with South taking on West up in Port Augusta at Central Oval. South have been pretty impressive the last couple of weeks and should take this one out. In Pirie we've got 2 matches with the Lions taking on Port at Port Oval and Soli's up against Central here at Memorial. Lions should prove too strong for Port and Soli should take it out over Centrals.
Round 7 of Wyloo football gets underway tonight at Bennett Oval before we have a week off for the combined game. First up, it's Aruna Bay versus Rupina. Both teams had a win last week, but Aruna Bay particularly defeating the undefeated Centrals. They'll have to start favourite in this game. Saturday's game at Bennett Oval, it's North Wyloo versus Central Wyloo. I think the Roosters will bounce back and should have a win, but it will be a bit close for a while. And finally on Saturday at Memorial Oval, it's West Wyloo versus South Wyloo. West are sitting pretty in the middle of the ladder, and I think they'll have a fairly comfortable win.
Welcome to the Port Lincoln Football Tips. Some big games of football here just before Mortlock weekend. First game sees Lincoln South and Waybacks out at Ravendale. Should be a really good game of footy here. Lincoln South put it up to Tasmans last week. Think they might even get the job done here against Waybacks. In the next game is Marble Range and Boston's at Poole Oval. Marble Range's winning streak's got to come to an end at some point, but it won't be this weekend. They'll be too strong for Boston's. And in the final game is Mallee Park and Tasmans at Mallee Park. This will be a huge game of footy. Mallee Park got the jump on Tasmans last time they played, but Tasmans finished pretty strongly. Mallee Park got over the line that week. If Tasmans can stay in it to half time this week, I think they'll have the legs to overrun Mallee Park. Thanks for listening to the Port Lincoln Football Tips.
This weekend's round of football not only focuses on the games themselves and the players, but field umpire Shane Chapman will create history in Broken Hill, the first field umpire to umpire 500 senior games. Well done, Chappie. On the playing field, South have their first home game for the season at the Alma. They host West. Last time they met, West were too strong. They won't beat South at the Alma. At Jubilee Oval, North and Central. Central could have beaten North last time out. Can they beat them tomorrow? I think they can. The Roos and the Magpies.
Time now to take a look at what's happening in the weather this weekend across the Spencer Gulf and Broken Hill. With the details, here's Alex Sykes.
Thanks, John, and happy Friday to you and our viewers. Showers across parts of the state today, which are set to continue right through to the end of the weekend. More of that later. Let's first take a look at today's conditions. Well, it was 18 and partly cloudy, showers and 17 for Port Lincoln, and it was a chilly one for those living in Broken Hill. The Silver City hitting a top, and that's a loose term of 11 degrees. Looking across the region now, and Port Augusta, Cooper Pedy were both 17 and partly cloudy, showers and 16 in Port Pirie, 17 and showers for Woodner, Cleve 16, 12 and showers in Clare, while Adelaide got to a top of 14 degrees. Taking a look at the satellite image now, and thick cloud covering South Australia ahead of an approaching cold front is bringing some light showers to southern and central parts of the state. Cloud in the northern areas is not generating any rain. Moving on to tomorrow's weather outlook now, and we'll start with the Gulf waters. Winds will be west to northwesterly reaching 10 to 15 knots before becoming south to southwesterly reaching 20 knots. Seas will reach 1 metre while the swell is south to southwesterly below 1 metre. Looking at the temperatures now, similar conditions across the Eyre Peninsula tomorrow. Port Lincoln is set to reach a high of 17 degrees, Cleve showers and 16, Woodness showers increasing and 17. Looking further north now, while a possible shower and 18, Port Augusta dry and set to top 18 degrees as well. Kadina is set for windy and showery conditions and a top of 17. Port Pirie 18 with showers, similar conditions in the Clare Valley, 14 expected there, and Broken Hill will be a little warmer than today, 15 and partly cloudy forecast. Taking a look further through the week now, and on Sunday the region can expect more of the same. Cooper Pedy, sunny and 17. Multiple places can expect a top of 15 with showers, and if you're in Adelaide it'll be 13 with a few showers. Conditions will clear up for the start of the working week. Cooper Pedy, Whyalla and Port Augusta will be partly cloudy and 16. Kadina showers and 15, Broken Hill 14, and Port Lincoln showers and 16. And on Tuesday, Port Augusta, Woodna, Port Lincoln all showers and 16, Whyalla 15, Broken Hill 13 and partly cloudy and showers, and 14 are expected for Adelaide. It appears we'll still need the umbrella out next week as well, John, and that's all the weather from me for tonight. It's back to you.
Thanks for that, Alex. And that's the local news for tonight and the week. Just a reminder, you can follow us online at our Facebook, Twitter and YouTube pages. I'm John Hunt, thanks for your company. I'll have updates later, and Madeline will be with you on Monday. Enjoy your weekend. Good night.